Don't bother getting up. Just lay down and relax. Continue to rest your sweet little head on my lap. Well, it's a lot more like my tail, actually. But I'm sure you get the idea. That was quite the crash. When your ship wrecked against these rocks, I didn't think you would have survived. You almost didn't. But I saved you. You're welcome. Though, you might not want to thank me. As you can see, I'm no savior. You should have noticed from the tail, right? Maybe you thought I was a mermaid. A kind and gentle and beautiful mermaid who just would like to save poor shipwrecked sailors like yourself. Well, I'm so very sorry. But I fear I'm actually a siren. You should have been able to tell from the rocks alone. Jagged rocks like these were made for sinking ships. You should have been more careful, more suspicious. But now you're mine. And you are at my mercy. Shh. If I'm completely honest, I don't know why you even came to me. Am I really that pretty? I know it wasn't because of my voice. My voice is far too weak to lure in any sailor. If I try to sing, I can't make myself loud enough to be heard over the waves. The sailors always take one look at me and know not to get too close. And every single time, without fail, they change course away from me. Though they never get close enough to hear my song and be charmed by it. I've never gotten a chance to actually catch and eat a human. You'd be my first. If sirens needed to eat to live, I'd have starved so long ago. But still, it's not like you're going to be going anywhere. You don't look like you can even stand, much less try and swim away from me. So, I guess we can talk for a bit. My precious meal isn't going anywhere. Now are you? You know, since I've never caught a human before, and I do believe I'm the only siren around here, I've never had much of a conversation. How would you like to have a little chat with me? it's not like you have much of a choice to say no, since I could very well eat you at any moment, if I felt like it. But it's best to just follow along with me. It'll be much easier. I'm quite embarrassed to admit it, but there are so many things that I'm quite ignorant of. I've always been fascinated by human ships. I've seen some very large and imposing vessels in my time. And when I see them conquer the waves, I am completely dumbstruck. I have no idea how you make them. How do they float upon the water and not sink, as heavy as they are? What I'm most curious about, however, is human songs. Sometimes, when a ship sails by, if the sailors are particularly loud, I might hear a few words of a sea shanty they sing before they inevitably change course away from me. I don't think I've ever heard any song in its entirety. I've only ever heard scattered parts here and there. I think, at most, I've heard 5 lines at once. I believe it went something like, as the souls of the dead fill the space of my mind, I'll search without sleeping till peace I can find. I fear not the weather, I fear not the sea. I remember the fallen. Do they think of me when the bones in the ocean forever will be? You see, it's really quite beautiful and quite sad as well. But I think that sorrow makes it even more beautiful. I know that you humans think of us sirens as these seductive, gorgeous creatures. But you're really quite beautiful in your own way as well. You're fascinating. I would find it almost a shame to eat you. I mean, I really would want to, though. You're so vulnerable. Your skin is so exposed, so easy to sink teeth into. And truly, you're defenseless. You don't have so much as a knife on you. What could you even do against me? Not to forget that the crash really left you worse for wear. I'd be surprised if you could even throw a punch, much less overpower me. When I look at prey as vulnerable as you, every instinct inside of me is telling me to eat you. I've never tasted a human before, and you do look very, very good. But it would be such a shame to eat you, wouldn't it? You're human. You must know so much. I wonder how many songs you know, especially complete ones. I bet full songs are a lot longer than 5 lines, aren't they? I'd love to hear a few songs. It doesn't matter if you aren't much of a singer. I think I might even prefer it if you're a bad one. It would be pretty cute. So, now then, why don't you tell me the lines of a song you know? And I would obey if I were you. Don't forget, I could eat you at any time. It wouldn't be hard. Wow. Amazing. That was wonderful. Truly, it was splendid. And here I thought I was the siren. Your songs are so alien to me. It's no wonder I find you so fascinating. I'm stuck out here. And there is such a limit to inspiration here. Of course, nature is beautiful. There's the wide expanse of the sky, the bottomless depths of the oceans. And I know you humans find it so mysterious. Why, in fact, even I haven't explored it much myself. And of course, if we're speaking of sorrows, there's my own loneliness to draw inspiration from. But other than those things, I don't have much inspiration for songs. I've tried to make a few of my own, you know? There's not much else to do out here. But you humans, you've your own vibrant world out there on land to draw all sorts of inspiration from. Sometimes I explore the wreckages of ships that have crashed on my island, and I am simply fascinated by what I find. Such strange things. One time, there was a statue of an animal with 2 large tusks and a long snout. And it had these 2 giant flappy ears on either side of its head. It was otherworldly. Or this other time, a wreck had this device. It had a bunch of writing on it that I couldn't figure out. But it looked something like a circle. And on the circle there were 2 arms, one shorter than the other. And they moved and made a ticking sound. It's my most prized possession. Well, after you, of course. But the point is, and I know I'm repeating myself a lot here, is that you humans are truly mesmerizing. So, I'd like to hear more lines to a song. Please. I know I don't have to ask or say please. Not when you're like this. But still, I'd love to hear another song, please. That was just as entrancing as the last one. I absolutely must commit these lines to memory. Songs tend to have deeper meanings, don't they? I wonder what yours meant. Just thinking about that is just as exciting as listening to it. I can't remember the last time I had this much fun. You're really quite delightful to have around. I wonder what you'd think of one of my songs. Should I sing it for you? I can give you a short one, just as a sample. I wonder if you'd find it as strange and exotic as I find yours. Probably not, but it's an interesting experiment, nonetheless. Here. I put my heart in a bottle and sent it out to sea. I waited and waited, overcome by glee, the thought on my mind of what could be, that someone else would return their heart to me. But as days became nights and nights became days, I waited and waited till my eyes did glaze. The wasted time set the sea ablaze. Now too violent for hearts to praise, I put my heart in a bottle, sent it out to sea. I waited and waited, overcome by glee, the thought on my mind of what could be, that someone else could return their heart to me. But as days became nights and nights became days, I waited and waited till my eyes did glaze. The wasted time set the sea ablaze. Now too violent for hearts to praise. Now too violent for to praise. What did you think? Not bad, right? The syllables aren't perfect, but at least it rhymes. I think it has a nice meaning. Maybe I could use a bit more practice on making the lyrics for songs, though. The sea shanties the sailors sing, always better than this. They're always much better constructed. I think the problem stopping me from improving is I don't exactly have anyone to give me any sort of feedback. But maybe you could do that for me. I'd love to get feedback from you. And not just on my lyrics, but on my voice as well. Well, I'd even just love to talk, really. I've been dying for a conversation. I think I'll keep you around. Yes, I'll keep you around. You're mine. And you're never leaving me. I won't eat you. But in return, you have to do something for me too. All right? Talk to me. Tell me about human things. About human songs. And do tell me as well how my singing is. Here, we'll get started. So, listen closely. Boy, the sea takes her time, and after all, we're floating alone with the weight of it all. All I wanted was love, all I got was fear. But you know they say she's fickle, my dear. Hey everyone, Gigi here. Thank you for listening all the way through. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I have the 20,000 subscriber special coming out shortly, and hopefully we will hit the next goal pretty quick, because I've got some stuff planned for then too. As always, I'd like to give a big shout out to the author for this script, Yan_Khan, who has written many scripts, and I have used a couple before, so thank you again. Even though it is public, I do appreciate your work. My Patreon supporters, of course, particularly Eve of Spades, Jolly Audio, Mir Attar, Slimecore, Unlucky Bones 13, Frosty, Jake Carney, Soft Nugget, Timothy L, Alaric, Alex, Brimstone, Christian_SHXT, Evelyn, Gregory P, Jigs C, Lee, Limited to Zero, Luis L, Mentioned Walnut, I have mentioned you, and PDB, along with everybody else listed. You guys are such a big help, and you keep me motivated to keep working, and I'm glad that you all enjoy my silly little stories. That is all for today, so leave a comment down below, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.